What's going on, everyone? It's your boy Cal Live here, bringing you another Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel video. And today I decided I wanted to go over what I believe to be the top 5 decks in Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel as of late. Now, if you are new to the channel, do not forget to go ahead and comment, like, and subscribe, as I do upload Yu-Gi-Oh! Content daily. And you don't want to miss the content, to be honest with you, because I do a really pretty good job of going into a lot of in-depth guides of multiple various decks, not only just meta decks but very fun decks as well. Anyways, guys, so far as I've been playing Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel and have hit diamond rank, I have been running into a lot of similar decks which I believe to be the very best of the best. So at number 5, I'm actually going to go ahead and put Sky Strikers. That's right, I personally think Sky Strikers is super strong as of right now. They get so much done off of just a 1-card combo featuring either Ray or featuring Rose. So if you don't know anything about Sky Strikers, well, Sky Strikers is basically a link summon deck. You summon out one of your monsters, which is Ray or Rose. You can then go ahead and link summon it immediately into a link monsters such as Kagari or such as Hayate. You can also go into Kaina. So, you know, you have a bunch of different things that you can do. Each Sky Striker link summon has a different effect. Kagari is limited now at only 1, like it's been since Master Duel, because of the fact it allows you to go ahead and grab any of your Sky Striker spell cards from the grave. Now, Hayate lets you go ahead and put the spell card from your deck or monster card of a Sky Striker into the grave, which is super beneficial because Sky Strikers work off of literally having 3 spells into the grave to get a secondary effect. And by doing that, you can go ahead and get actually a lot of pretty good effects, such as being able to negate a monster on the field and then take control of that monster. So it's like a negate change of heart. Or you can go ahead and use one of them to go ahead and banish a card from your opponent's field. But if there's 3 spells in the grave, then you can take a hold of that banished monster and summon it to your field. It won't be able to attack though, but it will still be able to be on your field and protect you, or you can use it as a link summon. So super strong. And then if you combine that with the DPE in Verte Infusion Destiny, it's amazing. If you also combine it with Kaiser Coliseum to lock down your opponent to only having 1 card, that's another thing that would also be crazy when it comes to that deck. Now, for number 4, I'm actually going to go ahead and put the Tri-Brigade Zoodiacs. I think Tri-Brigade Zoodiacs is a super good deck. You're able to go ahead and get off a bunch of negates. You can get off a banish. You can do this all on your opponent's turn with a simple trap card known as Tri-Brigade Revolt. You can also get a Zoodiac onto the field, which is able to go ahead and bounce an opponent's card back into their hand or extra deck. Not only that, but because of the fact that DPE is so easy to summon, DPE is also put into the deck, which allows you to go ahead and use a Verte just to get him onto the field. And then another thing that makes them really strong is they're mostly just a 1-card combo for the most part. You literally go ahead and get a Fractal. You can then send the kit into the grave, and then that basically just jumpstarts your combo. So I think they're pretty good. I'm only putting them at 4 is because I think there's other decks that do what Tri-Brigade does a little better on a more consistent basis. So at number 3, I'm actually going to go ahead and put the Adamancipators. Adamancipators is extremely strong thanks to Block Dragon. Now, we do know that they did get hit with 2 cards being hit to semi-limited. One being Roxy, and then one being one of the I believe it was Analyzer. It was either Analyzer or Researcher. I have to remember. But basically, you are able to go ahead and get off a ton of negates onto the field, just like earlier. You could get the Bow Sword Borsor Savage Dragon onto the field, which comes with a negate. You can get the Apollosa onto the field. You can also use the Maschiana to make a card almost indestructible by card effect, and also by monster effect because of the negate. So, and then with Block Dragon, you just get so much consistency that you can do. So I think that they're really up there competing for the top, but I feel like they may not just be as good as the next two decks I want to go ahead and mention. Now, for number 2, I'm actually going to go ahead and put Despia Darklords. Now, I think Despia Darklords is an extremely incredible deck, right? Thanks to the power of Super Poly, you can just basically take people's monsters and fusion them into your own Despian cards, such as Masquerade Blazing Dragon, or such as the first Dark Lord, or you can go ahead and make a Despian Cariatus. You can make a Starving Venom Dragon. So it's a whole bunch of things that you can do with that deck. And then they just have so much synergy because of the first Dark Lord being onto the field. You cannot be targeted as long as you have fairy monsters on your field. So if you have any fairy monster on the field, which most of that deck is consisted of fairies, they can't target you, which is super good. And then because it's a fusion deck, DPE just fits so well into that deck, allowing you to do whatever you want to do. It's just so easy to just get off your fusions thanks to the theater, thanks to the branded in red. The deck is just super consistent. I'm telling you guys, it's a great deck. Dramaturge is able to negate effects. You can also use Dramaturge to bring him back out if he was used as a fusion material monster. So just a really good deck in my honest opinion. I think that deck can climb. I actually was able to climb with it to diamond, so I think the deck is really good. It just feels so good playing that deck. Now for number one is a really hard spot for me because I feel like 2 decks are up there at number 1 depending on how you open. My original number 1, I would probably be putting Swordsoul Tenyi up there. Swordsoul Tenyi is another card that requires basically almost 1 card combo to go ahead and activate. Mostly 2, because just in case you have to reveal a card in your hand with the Moyi, or send a card to the grave with the Longyong. But basically you can go ahead and summon out your Chaizao, use Chaizal's ability to go ahead, then grab a Swordsoul card from your deck. Then you can use Moyi's ability to draw an extra card, and plus you can use it to chain block for Chaizal to make sure that always happens. And then from there, you can just break out into multiple combos. You can either go into the Baron de Fleur, that way you have a negate and you have a pop thanks to hit both those abilities. Then you can also go into a Boxia, which is going to limit your opponent from being able to play any type of card that was used to make up into that summon, into that synchro summon, such as either a light or earth. You also have the big boss monster in that deck, the Changing, which is going to allow you to go ahead and just banish cards from your opponent's field and from their graveyard at the same time, as long as you banish 1 card from your graveyard to get it to activate. And it's super easy to do that because of the Chaizal's second ability allows you to negate a card by banishing a card from your grave, no matter what card it is. Therefore, you could go ahead and literally just disrupt plays and remove cards from the field and the grave that are troublesome. Another thing that that deck does really well at is locking you down. Protos is such a good card. It just comes out and you can lock your opponent down. If you're going into a mirror match, you can lock them down out of water monsters, because the water monsters being locked down, if you have a Changing on the field, will stop them from being able to summon out any of their tokens, as all their tokens in that deck is water. So those are the top 5 decks I think is really running the meta as of right now. Another deck I do want to mention, which is I also believe is in the top 1, is still Eldlich. Eldlich is such a good deck because of all the floodgates that it has. Yes, they went ahead and limited the conch, but with conch being limited, Eldlich players have found another way to go ahead and get their plays to always be consistent. They are now using Vanity's Emptiness. They are also using Anti-Spell Fragrance. They are using still the 3 copies of Skill Drains that are allowed to lock you down, stop you from having fun. I've even seen some of them playing them with a Fright Fur engine by using the Toy Vendor. You get rid of the Toy Vendor. You can go ahead and grab 2 cards now from your deck that are Fluffle monsters, which then allows you to go ahead and remove it, and then you can remove a card onto the field by summoning out the Eldlich monster. So just super consistent deck, very strong, very annoying to get by, and honestly I don't think anyone likes playing against that deck. I know for sure I do not, and I just feel like if anyone does play that deck, you're just going to be in a rude awakening for how annoying it's going to be, because now I feel like it's even worse than it was before, to be honest, because all these floodgates are really stopping you. So that is why I'm gonna go ahead and put them both at the top 1, just because I just feel if they're going first, they're locking you down no matter what. If you're going first with Swordsoul, you're locking them down no matter what as well. But anyways guys, thank you all for tuning into the video. I hope that you enjoyed. Cal Life is signing out. You guys have a wonderful day. See ya.